Going back into Hal Leonard again, on page 12 is basically where the exercises start. And this is kind of just a review, but I haven't played in the book in Sunday because we played at church on Sunday, and then Saturday we went to go set up at church. So I didn't have time to practice the book, so I've been out of the book for about 2 days now, and I feel like I'm gonna need to brush up, but that's all good though. Open strings, which isn't necessarily hard, but it's like a definite foundation that needs to be built. And I just wanted to review the foundation. Still reviewing the foundation. Page 14 is exercises 10 through 12. They introduce the F, the note F on the E string, and they introduce the note G on the E string on the 3rd fret. And then we play through those exercises featuring those strings on page 14 and 15, which is exercises 10 through 17. And I'm saying the note names in my mind while I'm doing it. note on the third measure of exercise 12. I'm going to start back at exercise 12 with you right now. Exercise 14. Exercise 15 again. And I want to do 15 again. Exercise 17. So that was exercises 14 and 15 with notes just on the E string. So that was pages 14 and 15, exercises 10 through 17. Now they're going to give us the F sharp and the G flat on the second fret of the E string. And they're going to give us the G sharp, A flat on the fourth fret of the E string, right underneath the G. So we're getting G sharp, A flat. Is that right? exercise 18. Okay. Do 18 again. Exercise 19. Exercise 20. I messed that one up. So we'll do that again. The second, that G in the first measure of exercise 20 is a G natural. It's not a G sharp or G flat. Let me do 22 again. Messed up 22, I'm gonna do 22 again. Again. page 17. On to page 18, they're giving us notes on the A string. So we got A, we got B, and then we got C right next to B. A, B, C. A on the first space, B on the second line, C in the second space. A, B, C. C in the second space, B on the second line, A in the first space. A, B, C. I'm gonna say it again. A open in the first space, B on the second line, C on the second space. A, B, C. Alright, 24. On to 27. Exercise repeats. About to repeat right now. Exercise 29. Something didn't sound right, but we'll play it again afterwards. Again, featuring both strings, E and A. 30. Thank you, Lord. 30 again. This is repeat there. Okay, that was exercise 30. I was looking at my watch because I stopped at exercise 30 on August the 13th. And I was going to see what today's date is. I think it's like the 17th or something like that. I gotta take my dad to the hospital on the 18th for a procedure, so I think it's the 17th. So I think 4 days ago I was like right there. But now we're going over to exercise 31 on page 20. I'm excited that I'm actually like doing this first in my practices for the day, because usually I kind of try to avoid the book until the end of the day, because it's actually kind of hard for me to start. Well, not anymore, but it was hard for me to start my exercises in the book. It was hard to start, but once I got going, I didn't want to stop, so I'm just trying to prioritize my study, because I do feel like I'm becoming a more well-rounded musician. I feel like my understanding is expanding more, the more that I'm like trying to actually like learn how to do all the things that, all the ways that you can learn how to read, understanding all the languages, or not even just reading, but just playing the music. And it feels holistic to me, so I'm not just doing it because of how it feels. I'm doing it because like I really want to be well-rounded in situations. I'll say like music is one of those things where everybody sometimes speaks it in a different language style. So, it's not fun to be in a room and people are speaking a language and you don't understand what they're speaking. So I'm, not out of need to, for my ego to just feel better or to feel like I'm good or anything, but it's just like if I want to be able to serve, in a way where I'm able to help and be contributional, I'm just trying to prepare myself, the best I can. But this is exercise 20, it's exercise 31, and they're giving us sharp and flat notes in between the notes that we just learned. We just learned B and C on the second and the third fret of the A string. Now they're about to teach us A sharp, B flat on the first fret of the A string, and C sharp, D flat on the third fret. Fourth fret, sorry, because the third fret is C. So that's what we're reading at exercise 31 right now of the E string, and then I'm guessing that, around the next 2 pages, they'll start mixing in those sharp and flat notes from the A string with basically all the notes that we've learned on the E string so far, which is basically the first 4 frets. And we're getting the first 4 frets of the A string. I'm super excited. I know I'm talking a lot right now, but I'm super excited because in about a week of the fundamental book, I feel like I understand, that the open is the E string, the first note is F, then this is F sharp, G flat, then here's G, that's G sharp, A flat, and then over here is, of course, A, B, and C. We know this is D, and we know this is G, the open strings. And so I'm just excited because if you think about it, like within the first 22 pages, and the book technically doesn't really start until page 12. So within the first, like, what did I say? 12th page. So within the first like 10 pages, the Hal Leonard book, if you just go through the book, you'll learn the first four frets on the first 2 to 3 strings. You know what I mean? And so because I've learned where this, I'm learning this E string right now so far, and we're going to the A string for the sharp and the flat notes, because we know that B is on the 2nd fret, C is on the 3rd fret, because there's no half step between B and C. I just learned that with music theory. I didn't learn that in the Hal Leonard book, but because we're about to be on top of basically the E string and the A string's first 4 frets, and I saw how they did it, I actually have a book that has it's a moleskin journal, and it has, like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got staff paper, or they call it the manuscript moleskin journal. And so it's small enough to where I can hold it in my hand, but what I would imagine is, like, I can write my own exercise for the B string here that are kind of like what they did on the in the Hal Leonard book. So I could write my own exercises and learn just the natural notes on the B string, which open is B. So the very next note's got to be C, and then after the C, if I skip a fret, then it's got to be D. So if I just make some exercise for the B string, I can learn the B string. And you do it in the way Hal Leonard's doing is they teach you where the natural notes are first. They give you a few exercises mixing up those notes, so that first they give them to you in order, and then they give them to you kind of mixed up, and they start kind of chopping up the rhythms, so you get like basically like all whole notes and half notes, and then they fragment those notes and give you like quarter notes and half notes. And it's a good slow way to approach the notes. I know I'm doing a whole lot of talking. I need to get back to practicing, but it's just exciting to see how to learn, how to teach yourself to learn, how to remember to make sure you take small steps, but just try to be as consistent as possible. I was super busy Saturday and Sunday, but if I found a way to practice, I'd probably be a little bit further ahead. But you're also learning when you're kind of like away from a thing, because it's kind of like eating in food, even though you're not chewing something and you just ate a little while ago, you're still kind of digesting it. So one thing I did is I did take my book with me, and I did like look at it, and I practiced reading the notes so that I could like identify the notes even though I wasn't playing them. So I looked at it, but while I was looking at it, I also thought about, to the best of my recollection of what I could remember, I thought about what I'm reading while looking at the book away from my bass guitar, where is that note located? So I still thought in the same way, even though I didn't have my visual bass guitar with me at the moment, So, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to this. I'm on page 20, and they're teaching the A sharp on the first fret, A sharp, B flat on the first fret, A sharp, B flat, and then on the 4th fret is C sharp, D flat, A sharp, B flat on the first, and that's A sharp, B flat is to the left of B, A sharp, B flat. So if you were at B, you'd be right here. So as I'm playing B, I'm holding mentally in my mind what we're learning right now, which is not B. Right now, mentally, what we're learning is A sharp, B flat. but I'm thinking about it in terms of what I already know. So I'm keeping the tempo. I'm rocking to the tempo. I got B right here. So if I flatten my B, I get B flat, right? But there's also open A, right? So I got open A. If I shorten the string of the A, I get A sharp, right? So that's A sharp slash B flat, because if I play B and I flatten B flat, which means I lengthen the string that I'm playing, the string gets longer. So if I lengthen the B, I get B flat. And that's on the second line. The second line, remember? The first line was G. The second line is B, right? But if I flatten B, I get B flat. If I play A and I sharpen the string, sharpen, I get A sharp. A sharp. That's on the second space. I'm trying to hold division in my mind. And then the next note they're teaching is C sharp, D flat, which is on the fourth. So if we played C that we learned on the third fret, so we playing C, if we sharpen C, we get C sharp. We get C sharp slash D flat. Because right next to that C sharp, D flat is D, but we haven't learned that one yet. But let's just remember that we got C, when we sharpen it, we get C sharp, D flat. And that's on the second space. It says C with a sharp sign next to it, which shortens the string by half step, right? So then we're gonna go to exercise 31. Exercise 31, page 20, Hal Leonard Book. The first note of exercise 31 is an A. So that's an open A, and then A sharp, and then B, and then C, C again, C, and then B, and then A, and then A sharp, and then A natural, which is open. 2, 3. I'm gonna do it again. A sharp slash B flat, and then B, and then C, C again, and then B, and then A, and then A sharp, and then A natural for a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise 32. A, B, B flat, and then A, and then C, C. We got B natural, and then B flat, and then A, open A, and then we got C, and then we got B flat, and then we got A. I played the wrong rhythm on that last measure on accident, so I'm gonna play exercise 32 again. I'm just excited that I'm able to play this. There's a lot of playing by ear going on. There's a lot of jamming and improvising. There's a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of the number system. There's so many different languages, and I'm actually seeing how I'm becoming. I feel how I'm becoming a well-rounded musician by studying this. It's hard because it's humbling to start back at 1. You know what I mean? It's humbling to start at the very beginning. So, because this is a beginner book. But we're going to go back to exercise 32 and start that at the top. We got A, open A. B, B flat. And then A. And then C, B natural, B flat. And then A. 1, 2. And then C, C, B flat, A. Going to exercise 33, we got A, and then B, and then C, and then C sharp or D flat, and then C sharp, D flat again, and then B, and then A, tell you what I've learned is like the thing that I'm learning in terms of learning and how to effectively learn is that with music, you're always kind of you're kind of like always doing 2 or maybe even 3 things at the same time, sometimes 4. But what I'm learning is that there's things that information that you can hold in your mind, and then there's things that you do with your body, right? So if you're blowing an instrument or you're playing it with your hands or whatever the case may be, there's something that you gotta be able to think about, and then whatever that is that you're thinking about, you gotta be able to carry that thing out through your body. And so what I've learned is like, you're thinking it and you're playing it. And what you're thinking, it comes through from what you recognize and what you see with your eyes. Like, you might not be able to see, but like the book is like right here, right? So there's me looking at this note and becoming good at saying like exercise 33, like we just did. I won't do it, well, I'll just say it along with the rhythm. So it's A, B, C, C sharp, C sharp, B, A, B, A, 2, 3, 4. And so what happens is the better you become at doing the first thing, the easier you can do with the second thing. So I just did the first thing out loud, but the second thing would be so we can play it better if we can think it faster. I will say that, sometimes I've actually heard that it's possible for us to think a thing and know a thing in our body, not be able to do that thing because we haven't like built up the skill set in our muscles to be able to do it. So, that's a thing also, but the book is moving in baby steps, you know what I mean? We're not playing like we're not playing like super duper fast or anything like that. There are instances where we'll need to do those types of things, but I think it's really, really important that sometimes we're able to be able to know before we go, because then we know where we're going. And I think it becomes that easier to do it muscle memory wise, at least just for me. It could be different for all people, but this is helping me a lot. So page 21 is talking about the finger roll, and to my knowledge, the finger roll is kind of like when you go from like a B to, so I'm on B here, and over here we got F sharp, G flat. So if we go from B to G flat, there's like this like playing that note right above you and sliding it, rolling the finger back or rolling it forward. So we can go from A sharp, B flat to F, right? Or we can go from B to F sharp, G flat, or we can go from C to G, or we can go from C sharp, D flat to G sharp, A flat. So I think that's what the next exercise is about, but we're gonna read it and find out. So we got F, B flat, B flat, F, and then we got F sharp, and then B, and then B, and then F sharp, and then we got G, and then we got C, and then we got C, and then we got G. So I believe that's the finger roll. It's funny because that's like kind of actually what I was just doing. I was going from here to here, here to here, here to C sharp, D flat to G, C sharp, D flat to G sharp, A flat, and That's kind of what they did in that wasn't exercise 34, but that was the little portion on the top of the book on page 21 where it says the finger roll. They're kind of doing like that. But we'll work on exercise 34. Last time I was in the book, I went to exercise 41 if I'm not mistaken. So I would like to make some headway and get further ahead in the book, but I am very thankful that when I'm going back to just review everything before us in the pages, that I'm kind of able to reasonably play those things back. And if I'm being honest again, like I honestly think that, like, you know, praise God, man, from the glory of God, like I'm able to like I'm reading music better again, you know. So this is really exciting. But here we go. We got C, G, C, B, and then F sharp, B, and then B flat. Nah, B flat was up here. So we got harder to talk it and say it. I'm thinking of notes though. Exercise 35. I'll mess that one up. We got A, C sharp, B, A flat, G, C, G, C. We got A, C sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, B, B, A. Whew. I'll kind of see if we got this. this G sharp, but this F sharp is like, oh, it's right here. So we got F, we got E, F, F sharp, which is F sharp, G flat. Okay, let's start at the top. A, C sharp, B, A. We got A flat. Then we have G, and then C, G, C, A, C sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, and then E, open E. And then we got two B's, B, B, and then open A. I think it was that F sharp and G sharp that messed me up. Play the top. A, C sharp, B, A flat, and then G, and then C, that's a finger roll, and then G, it's the same measure twice. And then we got A, C sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp. Messed it up. It's this second measure on the second line, so it goes G sharp, so G's here, G sharp's down here, and F sharp, so we got G sharp, F is here, so then this is F sharp. Think about it as F sharpened, and think about G as G sharpened. Alright, let's play 35 from the top. A, C sharp, B, A, C sharp, B, A flat, G, C, G, C, A, C sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, E, B, B, A. It's gotta repeat. A, C sharp, B, A flat, G, finger roll C, G, C, A, C sharp, A, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, open E. And then we got two B's, and then open A. Yeah, those relative enharmonics are ways to say the same note in two different ways, depending on what key you're in, or depending on where you're coming from, or what it's written. So, whew. Exercise 36. I feel like I almost like can't wait to get to that exercise 41 mark. Super excited about that. Y'all will still kind of hear me. I'm going to pour another cup of tea in my cup really quickly. I just switched to my Bluetooth. Of tea, just to refresh myself. Yeah, we're getting understanding through the book. I'm spilling tea on myself. It's still very much so hot. We're not trying to load on stuff on ourselves to just get through the book. I did feel like that initially. I was like, man, how long can I get through this book? Asking questions on ChatGPT. If I do this many pages, how quick can I get through and all of that? But that's not what it's about. So we're going at 50 beats per minute. Okay, this exercise has E to turn my hand up a little bit with these earbuds in my ears. I can't really hear the room that well. So we got E, E3, E, F sharp, couldn't talk while I was reading all that, trying to figure it out. A lot of sharps written in this 12-bar blues on exercise 36, page 22. I didn't say where I was playing, so just for the sake of, if you're playing along, if you don't know where I am, and I didn't say where I was going either, I'll play it again because it's not like it's gonna hurt me to play it again either. something that's happening that I'm noticing that is kind of messing with me in terms of reading, and is that when you're going up, you're naming sharps. When you're going down, you're flattening. So going up, you're sharpening. Going down, you're flattening. But as you're flattening the note going down and you're sharpening the note going up, my mind is like trying to wrap itself around the fact that the note has a different name, but it might be the same position the same note. The same fingering or the same fret position. So like exercise 36 of course, but measure 2 is E, F's here, so this is F sharp, so E, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then measure 4 is E, G sharp, B, G, and then measure 2 on the second line is A, G, G flat, F, and the fourth measure of the second line, that measure beside the E7, is E, G sharp, A sharp, because the A is open, so to sharpen the A, you gotta jump over here to the E string. So E, G sharp, A sharp / G flat. So it is A sharp, but A is open. Sharpen A sharp. You get A sharp. A sharp. Am I saying that right? No, it's right here. A sharp's here. And then this is G flat, F sharp. So the last measure of the second line of exercise 36 is E, F sharp, A sharp, B. Okay. We'll do that again. So we got E, F sharp, A sharp, B flat, A, G, E, Okay. 12 bar blues try to put a hurting on my reading. I ain't gonna lie. It's all good though. I'm gonna put a red star next to that thing so I come back to it. Nah, I won't put no red star next to that. We'll just try to smoothly go through it without no drama next time. Next exercise, exercise 37, is called A Little Heavy. I wonder how long we've been recording for now. Let me see. We've been going for, it looks like an hour, 4 minutes and 32 seconds. That's not a bad session. I do want to get past, I'd love to get past. I feel like we stopped at 41. Let's just see. A Little Heavy is, starts off on F sharp, G flat. Played the wrong note there. That was an A and not a B. So top of 37 is F sharp. I'm playing B instead of A. A is open, B is on the second fret of the A string. So let's go back to the top two. F sharp. Okay, that is exercise 37. Going to notes on the D string. So we got open D, and we got E. And then we got F. So we got D on the third line, E on the third space, F on the fourth line, D on the third line, E on the fourth line. So D on the third line, E on the fourth line, F on the fourth line, F on the fourth line, E on the third space, F on the fourth line, E on the third space, D on the third line. Yeah, fourth space. Alright, let's play exercise 38. I'm a little tired, I ain't gonna lie. You got it. Again. Exercise 39D. Let's do 39 again. Alright. Wonder if we should do that again. Let's do all of that again. Let's start off with 38. So we'll go. exercise 40 on page 24 is called Private Eye, and it goes. Next one is D, F, D, C, 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 B flat, C, D, F, D, that one wasn't that easy.